us start with group theory. Group theory is a mathematical tool to treat symmetry and invariant quantities. Every symmetry is always associated with some invariant quantities. You know that invariance leads with conservation mode. We already studied that spatial symmetry results in conservation of linear momentum, and rotational symmetry deals with conservation of angular momentum, and time symmetry leads to conservation of energy, and gauge symmetry is related to conservation of charge. So let us enter into our topic. What is a group? So a group is a set of distinct element G is equal to A. Members are E identity element A, B, C, etc. endowed with law of combinations like addition, multiplication and matrix multiplication, and should obey the four properties. So a set will become a group when it obeys certain rules. First rule is, or certain properties. The first property is closure property, and second property is associative property, and third property is inverse property, and fourth one is identity property. So if the elements obey these four property and the elements are formed by certain composition, this composition may be addition, multiplication and matrix multiplication, like that. If the elements are matrix, they are combined by, or their composition, law of composition is matrix multiplication. Okay, so this element should obey certain properties. First property is law of composition. So the first property is the closure property. That means if A is a member of set G and B is a member of set G, then A plus B should be a member of set G, or B plus A should be a member of set G. So A plus B, here the law of composition is addition, A plus B. This means sum of, if the law of composition is addition, the first property, the closure property says that if A and B are two members of the group or members of the set, then A plus B should be the member of the set G. Okay, that is the first property. If the law of composition is multiplication, here if A and B are two members, A into B should be a member of G. That is, if A and B are elements in G, then A into B, A dot B should be in G, and B dot A should be in G, in such a way that A and B are member of G. So next one, second property is associative property. That is A dot B dot C is equal to A dot B dot C. Here A, B and C are in G. So this is called this property is called the associative property. So this order is an important quantity. A dot B dot C should be A dot B dot C. This B and C, we cannot change its order. Okay, its order is important. So this is for if the law, this is for the law of, if the law of combination is multiplication. If the law of combination is addition, this can be written as A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Here the law of combination is addition. So this property is known as associative property. If the law of combination is addition, A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay. Next property is inverse property. In inverse property, we know that for any element A belongs to G, there exists an element B such that A dot B is equal to E. For law of combination, if law of combination is multiplication. Okay. So this we can symbolically write like this. Okay, that is if the law of combination is addition, A plus B is equal to 0 or A is equal to minus B. Here A dot B is equal to E. E is known as the identity element. So in this case B is equal to A inverse. Here B is equal to minus A or A is equal to minus B. So this is known as the inverse property. So here this operation may be rotation. If it is a 90-degree clockwise direction, its inverse is 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. Okay. So we can use different law of combination for group theories. Okay. Next one is identity property. So there should exist an element in the group E that is known as the identity element. E dot A is equal to A dot E, that is equal to A. So E should be in the set G. So there should exist a identity element also. So in the case of multiplication, this identity element is 1 for multiplication. Okay. So in the case of addition, A plus the identity element is equal to B plus the identity element, that should be equal to A. So this identity element is 0 in the case of if the law of combination is addition, that is A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A, that is equal to A. So for a set to be group, it should obey the law of so it should obey the closure properties, that is any two element, when we combine two element, it may be addition or multiplication, it should be there in the group. That is the first thing. And the second thing is that if we do some operation, that is A dot B dot C, that should be equal to A dot B dot C, and A, B, C should be there in the group G. Inverse property is that for every element A, there should be an inverse element in the group G. Okay, in the set G. So in the case of multiplication, so this is A inverse, A dot B is equal to E. E is the identity element, so B should be A inverse. In the case of addition, A plus B is equal to 0, A is equal to minus B. Here minus B is the inverse. So there should exist an identity element in each set. Identity element for multiplication is 1 and identity element for law of combination addition is 0. Then so let us discuss about abelian group and non-abelian group. So what is an abelian group? A group in which all elements commute with each other is called an abelian element. That means A dot B should be equal to B dot A. If the elements commute with each other, we call that group as an abelian group. The group which will not commute, that is A dot B, A dot B not equal to B dot A, is called non-abelian group. Okay. Next, let us discuss what is order of a group. The number of elements in the group is called order of a group. A group containing finite number of elements is called finite group, and the group containing infinite number of elements is called infinite group. So a group can be classified into finite group and infinite group. This infinite group can be divided into two types. This is discrete and continuous group. So discrete group containing denumerable infinite numbers. What is denumerable? Denumerable is there are infinite number of elements, but we can count it. So they are called denumerable. For example, integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. What is a continuous group? Continuous group containing non-denumerable infinite numbers. Non-denumerable means we cannot count it. For example, real numbers. It may be between 1 and 2 we have infinite number 1.1, 1.0, 1.2 like that. So we cannot count it. So this type of group is called continuous group. Some example for groups are this one set containing 1 minus 1. So these are some example for a these are some example for a group. For example, how can we say that this 1 minus 1 forms a group? Let us check it. So G is a group. If it is a group, it should obey 4 properties: closure property, identity property, inverse property, and inverse property and associative property. It should obey all these properties if it is a group. So let us check what is a closure property for this. So 1A into A should be in A. So 1 into 1 A 1 or B into B minus 1 into minus 1 should be in G, or AB or BA. AB is equal to 1. So we are so this is a group for law of combination of multiplication. If law of combination is multiplication, this is a group. Okay, so 1 into 1 1, minus 1 into minus 1 1, 1 into minus 1 minus, all these are present in this group. So it obeys closure property. Let us check identity. Is there any identity element present in this group or not? So identity element for multiplication is 1. So 1 into A into E is equal to A. B into E is equal to B. So 1 into 1 is equal to 1, minus 1 into 1 is equal to minus 1. So this the exists an identity element. So next one is inverse property. So inverse property, let us check. Take 1 as A and minus 1 as B. So A into A inverse should exist in this group. So A is 1 and A inverse. A into A inverse should be an identity element. So A into A inverse is equal to, in the case of multiplication, the identity element is 1. So A into A inverse is equal to 1. So A inverse is equal to 1 by 1. So 1 is a member of this group. So the inverse exists in this group. A inverse is exists in this group. So let us check for the B inverse. That is, B is minus 1 into B inverse is equal to the identity element 1. So B inverse is equal to 1 by minus 1. So it is equal to minus 1. So the B inverse, that is B inverse is minus 1, is also exist in this group. So let us check for the this commutative property. So A into B is equal to B into A, that is equal to minus 1. So so this obey all the 4 properties. So this is a group for multiplication. This G is equal to 1 minus 1 form a group for multiplication. So you have to answer, you have to check all these questions, whether 3, 4, the question number 2, 3, 4 obeys whether they are groups or not. So you have to check for that. The question number 2 is, in this group the elements are 1i minus 1 minus I. The law of combination is multiplication. Okay. So discrete infinite group of all real integers. Just check for real integers. The law of here the law of combination is addition. Check the matrix 1 0 0 1 minus 1 0 0 minus 1. The law of combination is multiplication, whether it is a group or not. You have to check it. Okay. All non-singular n cross n matrix form a group. You have to do this exercise. Okay. Thank you.